There we are. We're live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Two Drink Minimum, the only podcast that clearly doesn't give a shit about his third mic, as we've sent him out in the wild to get infected. And he's in a whorish neighborhood, so he's going to get infected with both coronavirus and AIDS. The gentleman on your top left corner, comedy legend, doesn't really need an introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway because it's fun to do. It's goddamn Mike Ward.
I'm Mike Ward. You are Pantelis. Our guest this week is the King of Los Angeles.
The King of Los Angeles, host of Inappropriate Earl. You've seen him on many shows, such as I'm Dying Up Here. It's goddamn Earl Skakel.
Hey, it's an honor to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you here, dude. So you're living up the quarantine life in there, I see? You're getting bored as hell?
Oh, dude, it's the worst. Like the daytime, it's not so bad because I usually stay home and write and go work out. But
it's the night.
The nighttime when I'm at the comedy store, and you know, it's just like I don't think I've ever experienced anything like this in my life.
No, this is new for all of us.
So, like, people to work out, like you in the day, do you just like do push-ups in your living room, or like now? What are you doing to work out?
I go on these like 7 to 10 mile walks at night at like midnight. Because there's no one on the street, there's no cars, there's no people, and it's surreal to walk down Sunset on a Saturday night at like, I don't know, midnight, where there'd be hundreds of cars and there's not one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I did a walk and a little jog last night. Same thing. It was dead. There was a couple of cars, but I went for an hour just jogging around the neighborhood, and it kind of felt good, to be honest with you. Like, I was looking around and I was like, I kind of like this. If half of these people disappeared, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Did you have did cops stop you? Because last time I went out for a walk, I had cops. They didn't stop me, but they drove by and then they flashed their lights at me.
I didn't get to see any cops yesterday. There were no cops, but I'm very aggressive, so I would have said something if they, because I don't.
Well, I'm lucky because I walk with my fiance and little dog.
Okay.
So they see her and they're like, okay, but we're both wearing like black ski masks. So I'm sure if it was just me, they'd be like, okay,
yeah.
We need to talk to this guy. Because that's all that are out at night in LA right now, or especially where I live, West Hollywood. There's not a lot of crime anyway. So the cops are dying for something to happen.
They grab Earl with a crowbar and a ski mask.
I think the reason why they stopped me or looked at me is because I was walking with my wife, and we have two dogs. So she had one, I had one, and we're both following our dogs. So I think I was too close to her, but it didn't look like we were together.
Yeah.
So I think they thought I was a fucking weirdo trying to hit on some poor lady with a dog.
Yeah. They're asking you questions. Did you hurt the feelings of a child, sir? Come over here. So, Travolta, Fat Travolta, what are you doing? How's it looking out there?
So I just wanted to show, like, usually, like, on even where, like, Old Montreal, where it's fucking jam-packed all the time.
I hear voices. Who the fuck is out there right now with you?
Yeah.
There's some people walking. Like, it's complete, like, deserted, bro.
Who are those? I saw those two people walking. Chased them and started asking them questions. Oh, who are these two?
No, two dykes. But I'm going to stay away from people.
Dykes.
Send them to my neighborhood.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, Poseidon.
But I'm going to walk around, just show Old Montreal. Like, you know how it is, Mike and Pantelis. Like, it's fucking booming with people usually.
I feel like
there's not a soul.
We're going to witness live on stream a hate crime happening. When he just starts talking like, not in my neighborhood, dykes. It's so stupid.
Somebody gets too close, yeah, you will see one.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. But Earl, I still see, what makes me laugh about you, Earl, is that even though this is happening, you're still shitting on open micers and all your enemies on Twitter, and it makes my night every time.
I can't help it, man. This is not what I needed. More time on my hands. To, make fun of Jeremy Piven doing comedy.
First of all, that's shocking to everyone when he had started doing it. But you're the most outspoken critic of Jeremy Piven doing stand-up. It is the best. I look forward to those fucking tweets because they come out of nowhere. You're like, look at this fucking idiot. It's just a tag, and you tag him. Oh, it's the best.
He wanted to fight me a couple of weeks ago in the belly room when they were doing roast battle. I was told by a certain person to get up there and challenge him.
Oh,
So I just did it for some laughs, and he has the improv skills of a sloth from the Goonies.
oh, he wasn't good.
Oh, he was horrible. Like his first comeback to me was, I'm Jewish. I pray for you, my brother. Like
What?
And then he's like, I'm not going to roast battle you, but I'll kick your ass in the parking lot right now. So I said, come on, let's go. And he I guess he got lost on his way to the parking lot.
Fucking and I loved Ari Gold. I love that character, but the real human being behind it, the more I know about him, the more I dislike him.
Oh, he's a horrible person.
Yeah.
I like too that he's like 5'1", but he was challenging you to a fight. You could clearly kick his ass.
You step on him,
easily.
Well, I'm just curious as to like who put it in his head. Like, hey, you got Me Too'd out of Hollywood. You should try stand up. I mean,
Yeah, he did get Me Too'd, right?
yeah, and it's like if I got Me Too'd out of comedy and I just started showing up on random film sets. Okay, I'd like to act.
That, oh my god, that's fucking accurate. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
I heard a room rack whip my dick out around here. You guys don't mind.
Yeah. I mean, at least like Rappaport seems to enjoy doing it. Like he's not doing it because he has to do it.
The comedy or the acting?
Is Rappaport bad at stand-up? Because I've never seen him, but he gives off a vibe that he's going to be horrible at stand-up.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, to me, it comes off like Bill Burr light. But God knows what people say about my comedy. But he seems to do it because he just likes doing it.
Okay.
So
that's a good thing.
He's like the complainer, the loud guy, which is kind of Burr's territory. So. But who am I to sit there and tell him what style he should do?
Yeah. If we start policing each other, it's never gonna fucking end. We already have to deal with this goddamn policing from the government.
Yeah. Well, who knows what's going on?
Did you guys? Louis C.K. dropped a special. On his website.
And there were women in the crowd.
Of course, yeah. None of them scared.
Well, that first row was like a couple women. They must have felt like the first row at a Gallagher concert. Watch out.
You know what's going to pop out. But nobody watch it again? I want to check it out.
I watched it, yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, I liked it.
I think I'm going to like it too, probably. I'm glad he did it. And just the internet, for a day, I think, it exploded. People were writing those articles about, how can he do this? He should have not been allowed. But what do you talk? First of all, he wasn't convicted of a crime. Right, he didn't go to jail. There's no. He's allowed to do this. It's his job. And if you don't want to watch, don't pay the money. Don't watch it. It ends there.
Yeah.
He didn't force those people in those rooms. It would have been funny if he did, though. If he started by locking the doors, that would have been hilarious. Like now watch this.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the first comic to jack off in front of two girls after a show.
Yeah, and you know what? Definitely wasn't the last.
Yeah, he's just the most famous one.
Exactly. Mike,
but
what
it
you
was
gonna say?
Good though. I did like this special.
I bet I'm gonna like it too.
Yeah. You can tell he maybe not as polished as the last couple of ones because he isn't doing it as often as he was. But he's still a great comedy writer.
Yeah, and I heard he had to change the beginning a bit because remember those first 20, 25 minutes were leaked. Remember people were recording, so he had to come up with something quicker. So that kind of fucks up your hour if it's not what you wanted to build in the beginning. You're forced to create a new 20 minutes a few months before. It kind of sucks dick.
Yeah, but I think his first joke was part of the. I didn't listen to the leak special because I don't want to listen to someone working on a new hour.
Yeah.
I want to hear it once it's ready. But his first joke was the same joke that he's been opening with for a while.
Okay, and it was good?
Yeah, it's that joke like he goes on and goes, how was your year?
Oh, yeah.
Better than yours.
Yeah. Yo, Earl, what do you think about what's going to happen down there? Do you think it's going to filter out a lot of people that you already don't want on the scene? Because it's going to die out, right?
No.
Some people are just going to filter themselves out. They're going to go back to working at Starbucks.
I mean, oh no, LA comics are more delusional than I don't know, Lorenzo Lamas thinking he's going to win an Oscar. I mean, it'll be interesting both from the comic side of things and the crowds, like, and I think the Comedy Store will be like the benchmark for all clubs, maybe even in the country, because it's almost like a nightclub too. Like, it's not just, there's so many people who go there on a Friday or Saturday night and on a Tuesday night, because it's roast battle and it's crazy, that don't even go into the showrooms. They just go to hang out. So, I think there'll be some pretty wild crowds when we get the green light. But I was talking to someone in management there, and they're like, it's probably going to be pretty light those first few weeks. So, because people are just going to be afraid to be around people. And
that's what me and Mike were saying before we started on the show. Before you came on, we were talking about how I still have a show booked in Quebec City for early May, and I think it's May 9th. And the government said here, I think May 5th is when they're going to stop this lockdown. So 4 days later, I'm not too sure people are going to want to go out to a comedy show, like a room and with strangers. So I'll push that back too.
Well, I mean, I think there's going to be that one rebel group of people and who's say, fuck, I got to be around people. I didn't get it while we're in quarantine. I'm not going to get it now. I want to be around, comics. I want to see Dalia. I want to see this person. I want to be around the party scene of the store. And then there's a lot of paranoid people out there right now. And so it's such an uncharted event that hopefully will never happen again. I don't think to me, it reminds me of when AIDS first came out. Like, it was such it's a gay disease. And then, then a bisexual person slept with a gay person, and then they slept with a straight person. Straight people can get it. Like, no one knows really. Like,
like just 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, people were saying the black people couldn't get it.
Yeah, do you remember that? Yeah, coronavirus. Yeah.
Like the first week, they were going like, no one in Africa got it. No black people in Africa got it. It was all white people. Therefore, black people can't get it. So I was telling all my black friends, you should fucking travel. Like,
that's what you told. That's what you told Preach. Yeah.
Yeah, I told Preach, I was like, why are you canceling your trip to New York? Go, you'll be alone on the plane. It's your time, brother.
You almost killed him. Yeah, you almost killed Preach.
Well, even now there's like not a controversy, but a debate on whether dogs can carry it in their hair. So now you see like dog owners who are usually pretty friendly and let their dogs smell another dog, and now they're like pulling their dogs away from other dogs. So it's still in that unknown.
I don't think, from what I know, I don't think they could carry it inside them, like they won't get infected. But you're right, though. I guess it does make sense if I have it in my hands and I pet a dog and then the dog could get it. That does make sense. That could definitely happen.
Yeah.
But
or someone sneezes and they sneeze on their dog, and then their dog licks your dog, but I don't know. I think this is the week we kind of start to flatten the curve, and at least in America, the stock market's doing a lot better the last couple days. I think that'll ease people's minds, but who knows?
Everything's been moved back. Even the festival, Just for Laughs, going to take place in October now. It's going to be a fall festival.
So that'll give LA comics a chance to tell everyone they got it when they didn't really.
Yeah. It's fucking interesting though that I'm curious. I was talking with Mike the other day what the feel is going to be like, because like in the summer it's a different feel walking around and seeing everything, and I wonder in the fall how it's going to feel downtown. And also Mike was suggesting that they're probably not even going to have the same amount of shows. They might even reduce the number of shows. I don't know what they're thinking, if they're just going to take everything and move it to October the way it is, or if they're going to make adjustments. I'm very curious, though. Very, very curious.
I mean, I don't know. To me, in America anyway, I think the first big events that will happen are the NFL games.
August, right?
Preseason's in August, but nobody goes to those anyway, so you won't really. Those will be the safest games to go to. But because I was going to go to like Motley Crue and Def Leppard at the new football stadium, and I think that was September 5th. I can't see that happening. And I know like the Killers were supposed to play the football stadium in August. I can't see that happening, but maybe.
Oof, it's unlikely.
I mean, I went to go see Kiss the first week of the quarantine, and I felt comfortable. Like, it's probably not the smartest move to do.
It was during the first week where people were still kind of 50-50 on it. Like, this is just overblown.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Stanley even was doing song intros referencing the coronavirus. He's like, I hear there's a lot of viruses out there. We better call out Dr. Love. And then the night before, I went to a Kings game, and they played I think it was the Ottawa Senators, and 4 Senators tested positive. So, but no Kings did. So it's still like, who gets it, who doesn't, who knows?
Yeah, it's so, I don't know. I don't know if any of our fans even got, like, I haven't, because we make fun of it a lot, but I haven't seen a message.
I don't have any friends or anyone in my circle that got it.
I have, I think a lady, like I told you, one of my mom's friends up the street of where my mom lives had gotten it for like a month. And then yesterday, my mom, she's like, yeah, I'm going to go over there. They got some olive oil from Greece. And I'm like, you're not fucking going anywhere. What are you, crazy? You can go to the one person that you know that had it, and you can go to their house now. No, leave it there for another month. What are you doing?
Get that olive oil for free when that lady
dies. Yeah. We'll walk in there, we'll take olive oil. Don't you worry. But it was just, she's very rebellious, you know? She's like, you're not going to, but then I told her, don't do it. And, she's like, all right, since you're yelling, I'm not going to go. Like a child. It's like, I won't, because it was so dangerous just to even think about going. And I don't know. I took her for a walk on Saturday, though. I went and picked her up. Took her for a walk around the neighborhood in TMR so that she can get some fresh air. Because she was going crazy. 3 weeks in the house. I was bringing her groceries, everything. So she hadn't seen fucking proper sunlight. It was driving her insane. So I said, fuck, I'll take a risk. I'll take her out. So far, she hasn't caught anything, so we're good.
Earl, do you live with your girlfriend or you live alone?
I live with her.
Okay. So how's that going?
Pretty good. I mean, she's a writer, so and pretty successful. So she works mainly in the daytime, and she produces shows. So she's actually successful. But even she was affected. She was a writer and a producer on that ABC show Holy Moly, and which is like a golf stunt show, and it was all filmed at night. And they had to shut down because half the crew was from Australia, and they had to go home before a certain date. But it's pretty good. We get along. She's significantly younger than me, but just enhances my reputation in the LA comedy scene.
Yeah.
I'm like the Colonel in Boogie Nights. I don't touch them. I just look at them.
Is Earl's like a hilarious 80s movie bully when it comes to like open micers or anyone giving attitude in the scene in LA. Yeah, you walk around with your fucking leather jacket bullying people. I love it.
I mean, I don't think it's bullying. I just think it's because I have I have a weird status in LA. Obviously, I'm not famous, but like I'm known enough where I could speak out. And there was this like one particular female comic who isn't passed at the Comedy Store, and she keeps posting pictures of herself on stage at the store, which you're not supposed to do if you're not passed there. So I was, I mean. It's a weird place, but they're very protective of like, if you're good enough to perform here, it's a privilege to post a picture. And she's just trying to act like she's a regular there, and I had to like say, hey, listen, you can't do that anymore. It's a no.
I love this kind of stuff. This is hilarious.
Yeah, like I like last week you tweeted out people that were promoting, I guess, a show online, and 2 of them, the credits were the Comedy Store, but they were probably just like they did an open mic.
Yeah,
like
they paid for the 2 drink minimum.
Yeah. It's like in 1988, I went to a Rangers Capital game at Madison Square Garden. Should I start putting MSG in my credits?
Earl Skakel as seen MSG. There's a photo of you in the crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, I was there. It's not a lie. And I don't know why it bothers me so much. I just, because I don't know, the longer I do comedy, the more honest I'm getting. Some people might say it's bitter.
that always hurts comics too. Whenever they have a credit that it isn't a real credit. Like sometimes you'll hear that for comics that are like, I was in this movie, and you're like, really? But they have like one line. So if you bring them up, I go, you might remember this guy from Ghostbusters. And you're like, what? That wasn't the guy from.
He was Ghost number 12. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, it's just the fudging of credits. I don't know if it's like that in Montreal or New York.
It's like that everywhere. I think it's. Yeah. I only get you know what I think you get frustrated after a while. I think you get frustrated because even for one credit, it takes years. It's a lot of hard work and it's a pain in the ass and just to get anything right. So I think it's just infuriating when you see someone who's been doing it for 3 months being like, I sat in the audience of the Late Show, so I was technically there, and then you're like, oh, come the fuck on, man. Like, don't put the Late Show, don't do that. So I think that's what pisses us off.
Yeah, where it really started, my feelings toward this died down until the Alec Baldwin roast where I wrote for Dr. Ken. And there was a lot of roast battle comics and open micers who submitted jokes, but none of them got on. But they would still tell people they wrote for the Alec Baldwin roast. It's like, you didn't write for it. You submitted for it.
You attempted.
There's a big difference.
You attempted. You swung,
I don't know why
sir.
it bothers me so much.
I think you're also a shit disturber. You like to fuck around. I get it, though. I like to... But I get frustrated for stupid shit, too. That's my entire existence, is me getting mad over shit I shouldn't be getting mad at. And then the stuff that should bother me, I'm like, it's not that bad. Calm down. So I'm a fucking weirdo, too.
I had a thing once. I wrote jokes for Jimmy Carr, and he only took one, and I'm pretty sure he only took one joke just so that I'd be able to use that as a credit. It almost felt like it was because he kept the joke and the joke didn't work at all. And I was like, he's just doing that to be nice so that I don't look like a piece of shit. So that he was just doing that so Earl doesn't bully me on Twitter.
I mean, I would never bully you because I respect you. Like, I guess I only bully people I don't respect. Like,
which is the best way to bully. That's the best criteria.
Like I had someone from the show after the Piven thing that they kind of yelled at me. I won't say who they are. Their last name rhymes with boss. He was like, hey, you bullied him up there. I'm like, well, yeah. It's like...
Wait, of all people, he's the one telling you bullied someone on stage?
It's like, come on, man. He's in our world now. You want to be a comic? This is what we do.
Yeah, it's fucking surprising that people don't... But busting balls is more than half of what we do. More than half. Yeah. I think 70% is, maybe 80% is busting balls, and it's great. You're having a great time. Look at Poseidon. We keep forgetting about him, but he's been walking around for the last half hour. He probably has something right now. Poseidon, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah. How was that walk?
Very relieving, actually. I enjoyed it.
More people than you expected.
A lot less actually than I expected. I still expected to be a few pockets of people, but there's a lot of cops driving around giving tickets.
Did anybody talk to you? Did any cop look at you or anything?
No, not even. Everyone's cops didn't look at me because I was alone, but everyone.
Oh, it's for social distancing, not for walking around.
Yeah. Like I tried. Look at this fucking douchebag walking real close to my fucking car right now. Fucking guy, I should get out and crack him.
Yeah, that's a good.
Honk, Poseidon, point the camera at him. Point the camera at him, and then honk loud. Point the camera first. We want to see his reaction if he gets scared, or roll up to him and then honk.
Ask him how he's gonna manage to social distance with your fist in his face.
Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta put my seatbelt.
Right. This is good.
Roll down your window and say, "Hey, didn't we work on Take It in the Ass 7?"
Yeah, I feel like we're the government. We're in control of a fat drone. It's amazing.
God, yeah. Fuck. When you just look at Poseidon's camera, like his screen, it makes you fucking dizzy.
Is he Asian?
Start honking.
He just looked at me.
Yeah, of course he looked at you. You just honked at the man. Of course. What did you think he was gonna do? So you're like, "Thank you, sir."
I don't know.
Oh shit!
I'm trying to.
Wait, because I just met Earl. When you were on I'm Dying, how'd you like I'm Dying up here? With forget what you had to do, but just in general as a show, did you enjoy it? Do you think it was a good?
I was barely in it enough to tell people I was in it. But
I tell people you were in it. I was so every time you'd be on screen, like, it's fucking Earl. I'd be so happy.
they were like, "Hey, can you play a bitter comic?" I'm like, "Please, where's
Can
the
I?
set?"
Yeah.
I mean, it was sad that it didn't get renewed because I thought, the lead actress has won an Oscar. All the guest stars that were on it, like Rick Overton, Alfred Molina, all these, great character actors, and all the comics on it are all working top comics.
Yeah, Santino. I didn't think I was gonna like it, and then I loved the show. I watched the full season. I enjoyed it, and I was a little surprised to find out that there's not more of it.
Did they do 2 seasons or just 1?
They did 2 seasons, and the second season barely got brought back. But I know Jim Carrey really loved. It was his pretty much brainchild.
Wait, what was the second season? What happened?
The second season got a lot darker, which is what I thought it always should have been. We're all comics. Stand-ups. It's a depressing world. I mean, when you look at someone like, say, Brody Stevens, who we all knew and loved, you would think he'd be the happiest guy on earth. He's in big movies. He's got famous friends. He could play anywhere in LA. He could play any room in the city and kill. And even he was depressed. So I think the second season captured what it's really like to be a comic.
Oh, yeah, I did see the second season. Okay, I thought it was like one long season. Okay, yeah. I remember with the second club opening, and they had the guy from Everyone Loves Raymond. What's his name?
Oh, he was great.
Yeah, he was fucking very good.
He should have won an Emmy. I did one scene with him, and it's like, wow, this guy's an actor. Like, it was like watching an acting class. He was so good. But the number one complaint my friends gave me was, dude, it's not that funny. It's not a sitcom.
Yeah, exactly. It's not it felt, so much of it felt like an accurate representation. There was some stuff that they had to do it because it's a show. Like, I was talking with Mike about it when I first saw it. The only stuff that I had a problem with, I think Mike shared the same problem, was just like the girl character. She got good fast. Like, it felt a little off. Like, just her, but that was just to move the story along. I get it.
Yeah.
But in general, all around, the way they were thinking, the way they were talking, to me, I was like, yeah, this is us. Like, it felt like comedians. It didn't feel off. Whereas people try to be comedians sometimes, like backstage, and it feels fake. To me, it felt real. I was like, fuck, that's comics. So I thought it would get picked up.
I think that it was more a drama than a comedy, and it didn't go right off of the book. There's a book that the show's based off of, and it was like probably 50% off the book. So I think people were confused, like, who is Santino? Is he Letterman? Is he Bill Hicks? And then is Goldie Mitzi, or is that someone else? And is I think club owner from season 1? Is that the guy from the Improv? And when the store and the Improv were kind of beefing.
Yeah, so the fire.
But it was a bummer to see it, because I think it could have gone on at least a few more seasons, just because you could have brought in new comics, new characters. You could have covered the comedy boom of the 80s.
Yeah.
And then you could have, on the flip side, cover the bust of the 90s. But it just never grabbed the ratings, unfortunately.
Do you think that was maybe since, like, Showtime? I have a feeling, like, since TV's kind of dead, people will still watch HBO, but not Showtime as much.
Yeah, it was hard for me to even get access to it here, Earl. It took a while before I got to actually watch it. That's why when I had tweeted you, it was a couple months ago. That was when I first got access to be able to see it here in Canada. And the whole time I was like, fuck, why wasn't this on a more accessible network? Because I think Showtime is where HBO, I think it would have still been going.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't the other complaint from my friends, is like, dude, I don't have Showtime. Like, I do. I've got like fucking 7 Showtimes or whatever it is. I think it would have been maybe Netflix or Amazon Prime, where you could go a little deeper in terms of like, they had a storyline for season 3. The writer came up to me, because even though I was a very, very small part of the show, they loved me just because, I'd show up on time and stay late if they needed a voiceover. He's like, we had a storyline, Earl, for you, where Ari, blonde, is so desperate she fucks you. And they were like, we showed the scene to the network or the script, and they were like, we don't want her getting passed around like that.
What if it was another comic? That's fine, but not this fucking Earl guy.
But this is right. That scene would have been done right when the Weinstein stuff was coming out. Yeah. So, but that's what was going on in the 70s.
Yeah,
Female
exactly.
comics were passed around. There were bitter comics like me, just angry that the career is going bad. So their only joy in life was fucking the wait staff.
That still happens.
Oh, believe me.
Is Poseidon going to a Chinese bubble tea place? Poseidon, can you hear us?
I don't know where he's going.
Dude, he kind of reminds me of a young Andre the Giant.
Yo, it's true, yeah.
Yo, I'm here.
He's Mongoloid the Giant. Dude, was there a homeless Chinese guy outside smoking?
Multiple.
Multiple. So you're in Chinatown right now?
Yeah.
Okay,
the most dangerous part.
Yeah, that's a smart idea. I mean, look, dude, if anything, you know how to keep safe. So that bubble tea place is open?
I'm an on-hands reporter.
That bubble tea place is open, I see.
Yeah, it's open. I'm going to go and get something. I'm going to leave the volume on.
Yeah. Oh, ask if they have bat-flavored bubble tea.
Oh, my God. Okay. Hold on.
These fucking poor people left their country.
Can you guys see?
Left their country to get some fucking giant races.
Can you guys see?
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah, we can see.
We prefer.
Yeah, we can see.
We prefer the widescreen version, but it's okay.
Well, it's in my pocket.
Yeah, who's holding the camera? Michael J. Fox? Jesus, dude.
But there's people walking around. You know what? The Chinese have balls, man. They don't give a fuck. I think we're just the ones scared.
I think so.
Oh, there's other people there. Look at that. Nobody gives a fuck. No social distancing.
And no one's wearing masks, right?
No one's wearing masks.
Yeah.
This is why we're not going to flatten the curve.
Yeah.
I love it.
Do I get something? I'm kind of hungry.
Something.
You're going to get the coronavirus.
Yeah, that's what you're going to get. No, but get it. What do they have there? I see muffins.
I'm going to get a bubble tea and something to snack on.
Yeah, get some snacks.
Hold on. This looks good.
What is that?
Filming a building.
All we're seeing is the building across the street.
That's a croissant. I might get the croissant. Okay. That looks good.
This is amazing that we could see. Fucking, it's so weird what day and age. We're doing a podcast right now. We're sitting at home talking to each other, and we have this buffoon reporting live.
What's weird is I was mesmerized. Like, I'm mesmerized by the store because I haven't been in a store for 3 weeks. I'm like, this is insane. It looks like the movies.
By the way, I'm going to say something. I like this store. They got all kinds of cool shit.
Yeah, they got Pocky. Look at this. This is good. I'm getting this.
Yeah. What is that? Oh, yeah, those little sticks. It's Pocky. Yeah, get those. Oh, I like this place.
Yeah.
Yo, this place is stacked, bro.
And it looks nice. It looks modern and clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, this place should be bigger.
I'm still not touching anything, though.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, don't touch anything anywhere.
Yeah.
No, touch everything.
Yeah, be a weirdo. Start touching.
Yeah. Lick your fingers.
I don't have coronavirus, guys, and you can't get AIDS like this, so you're fine. You're safe.
Just start masturbating.
What does it say? What does it say? What does that sign say? Yeah, start jerking off. What does that sign say? Right there. No. Turn to your right. There we go.
There we go.
Take out only. Okay, yeah, they don't want you to stay there.
Yeah.
I'm staying kind of long, though. It's kind of annoying.
All right, mute it until something happens, okay?
Yeah.
Well, okay, hold on.
Imagine a fight.
Put more of your hand in the camera.
Yeah, put more of your hand in. It would be funny if a fucking fight breaks out. He's got it on film. People are fighting him. Why are you filming us? Look at him. He's suspicious. So yeah, Earl, I would agree with you. I wish that show kept going longer, and I wish it was on goddamn HBO.
Yeah, I mean, it just and they gave it a good follow-in. I think the first season it was Twin Peaks, which was a big show, and then I want to say the second season it was on after Homeland, which is or maybe it was Ray Donovan, one of those two shows, and just
Is Ray Donovan any good?
I like it, but it's getting a little long in the tooth. I think it's done now, but
they're stretching it.
How many bad situations can one guy get into?
Well, if you look at the camera on the bottom fourth quarter right there, a lot of bad situations.
Seasons right there.
This could be the new season of Ray Donovan. This guy in his members only jacket running.
Oh yeah, last time we were with you, Earl, when we did the podcast at your house, and that whole week, that was when the hooker thing happened with Poseidon, right? It was the day before Rogan. So that was when he got pepper sprayed by a prostitute. Yeah, so oh yeah.
Well, that doesn't sound surprising.
Yeah, it was that time, right, Mike? That was the time that we went down. Yeah. Oh fuck, that's hilarious. Exactly. Yeah, every time Earl's around, something's gonna happen to Poseidon. Oh, he's going to cash.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. This, and I would like to get something from over there as well, please.
Yeah,
from the front.
Oh,
I can pick it up myself. I thought because I saw you in the window earlier picking it up, so I thought you were responsible.
You don't have to. I thought you were responsible for picking.
He sounds like a bad sketch.
Yeah, he sounds fake.
It sounds like, hello, I would like a cookie. Can you touch it, or I can touch it?
But I don't want to touch this right now.
Hello, fellow Asians. What do you mean you don't want to touch it? You're gonna eat it.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to touch the thing.
So use a napkin. Put a napkin over it. I saw you hold napkins. Push it up and then just grab the one you're gonna eat.
That poor lady. He sounds like either like an undercover cop, or he's gonna rape her.
What kind of flavors of bubble tea do you have?
Oh no.
Classic. What's classic? Classic is what? Sorry.
Classic is the powder with the black tea.
I thought classic it was like.
Okay.
Riddle me this. Riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat? Wait, did he just say? I thought it was cat or dog.
Okay, like this.
Yeah.
Did you just say classic is cat or dog, bro?
Can I get watermelon actually?
Okay, so the classic watermelon.
Sorry.
You want the watermelon, right?
Yeah, watermelon with this.
Okay. Watermelon is milk or no milk?
Ask her if she gets the happy end.
Milk.
Yeah, with milk is with the powder. If no milk is the juice.
No milk.
No milk. Okay, small, the last one. Small.
Yeah, small.
Small, okay. With the pearls, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
the pearls. Everyone loves the pearls, right?
So you want less pearls?
Everyone loves pearls.
Yeah.
All the ladies, they all love the pearls.
What is he fucking talking about? Poseidon, are you psychotic? And also,
wait over there.
Yeah.
Did you legitimately ask them if the flavor of classic was cat or dog? Did I hear that correctly?
Yes.
Well, what the fuck? High five though. I wish they spoke English better so they could fucking tell you off.
Yeah.
Sir, how about you get the fuck out of the store?
I like that lady to spit on him.
I don't even know how much I paid actually. I didn't even check.
Doesn't matter.
It's like $1,000.
No, but they deserve the extra money since you're a fucking asshole. Is it cat or dog flavored?
Yeah, like everyone that works in a store like that deserves their money now, especially in Chinatown. But it's just nonstop comments about bat soup.
Yeah, it's just harassment.
Wait, you have the receipt?
Yeah.
Okay. No problem.
That's a fucking nice store. I want to go there.
Yeah.
After this is over, obviously, but
yeah, after all this is over, I'll bring you. I'll show you.
No, I'm not going with you. You're a shitty customer. You start talking about dogs and cats and shit.
Make sure you tip.
Yeah, tip.
Did you leave a tip, Poseidon?
I don't think so.
Hey, Poseidon, are those restaurants across the street open or no?
No, only for takeout.
Okay.
Some of them are
That's still open.
Yeah.
and some of them are open for takeout only.
What are you waiting for?
My bubble tea.
Yes. Quiet.
Here, I'll show you across the street. Hold on.
You see, Earl,
Start breathing on those people.
So yeah, start breathing on them heavy. Is anybody else in here out of breath?
Anyone else in here have a fever?
And he's shown us the other side of the street, but he just walked and then came back.
They're so nice to him, even though he's been a complete piece of garbage weirdo the whole time he's been in there.
And he's holding his phone like this too. He's
Yeah.
just looking at them. Could I get the bubble tea?
Like it's a zoo.
He looks like he's about to shoot up the place.
Oh fuck, it's true. Yeah.
They're probably like, as long as he has both his hands on his phone, we know he's not holding a gun. So just smile and be polite, and he'll eventually leave.
God damn it, Poseidon. So
All
Earl,
right, do you want to mute your phone?
Poseidon, mute your phone.
In a minute.
All right.
What?
In a minute. God damn.
Put your hands all over the straws.
Grab Poseidon, grab the straws with your two hands, and be like, "Can I have these?" And then they can be like, "No," and then like go, "Oh, okay, sorry."
Well, that's mean.
Can I have these straws? Or look at the guy at the cash, grab a straw, be like, "Sir, you want this?" Poseidon, why are we watching this lady make tea? Leave her alone, bro.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
far, you're the only bad guy there. Everyone's being nice.
Yeah. This looks like the worst reality TV I've ever seen.
Yeah. Poseidon, mute it. I'd rather listen to stories from Earl. Mute it.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
You wouldn't be a very good undercover cop, dude.
He's fucking bad at everything. Sorry, ladies, I gotta mute my camera. You see, Earl, no podcast in LA are doing this. They're not risking someone's life, throwing him into Chinatown. We're ahead of the
LA
game.
comics are too selfish.
Yeah, they'd go out themselves.
Although there is a huge increase in Instagram live videos, which are mostly horrible.
Yeah, can I say that I don't? I try to get into a lot of Instagram live videos. I feel like people that have never podcasted are staying on Instagram live too long.
Well, it's just so simple to do, which is good for funny people. You don't have to put that much effort into doing it, but that's also bad because then everyone can. It's like podcasting. Like, that's the good thing about a podcast is it's really not that hard to do, but that also means everyone can do them, which
Saturates the market.
How many episodes have you done of your podcast now? What number?
Close to 300.
God damn.
Which is, like Rogan's done. Not that I'm putting myself on his level, but like he's done like I think 1,400. So
Yeah. But Rogan used to do. Remember those days where he dropped like a couple, more than one in a day, or like 3 a week, or something? Like he'd drop a lot. So he produces a lot of fucking content. So he goes up there. You got to be consistent.
Yeah, I lost. I was taken off the iTunes charts.
I remember we were with you.
Yeah, because you were number one in America, number one in Canada. And then, what happened? It's because of the music from your intro song.
Yeah, but I have the permission from that band, they haven't been helpful at all. It's I was number 8, and then the next day I was off the charts, and it's impossible to fall out of the top 100. I usually fluctuate between like, say in my prime between 5 and 20, and they said, someone flagged you for a music violation, but we did 2 investigations, and you did nothing wrong. I'm like, well, just put me back on the charts. And they're like, well, we don't manipulate the charts. I'm like, well, I know that, but like, I was number 8 yesterday.
So they kind of did manipulate the charts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's really hurt the numbers because, when I was in the top 20 consistently, like I was getting offers to tour Australia and certain clubs in Canada were like, hey, you're pretty high up in the Canadian charts. We don't really know who you are, but do you want to play our club?
That's awesome.
But then when you're off the charts, those offers dry up, and because I know some comics, there's a service, it's called Fiverr, and you can I think all the people who are on that service are in like India and Bangladesh. They can I guess hack into the charts.
Is that real though? I don't know. How the fuck would they hack into the charts?
I think though, like since iTunes, the iTunes charts, it isn't the numbers; it's the new likes and new comments. So if you hire like 500 guys from Pakistan to
You-
give you 5 stars and say this is the best podcast
It
ever,
helps.
it'll affect. Yeah.
Yeah. So, because I know one friend of mine, he was just curious if it worked. So he paid, I guess, for 1 month, it's like a couple $100.
Okay.
And he did it, and his podcast, which he had only done like 3 episodes of, and they didn't do very well just because it was new. He was in the top 15.
Oh, really? Fuck. We should do that for a 2-drink minimum, but get the ask them to always leave the comment. Fiverr is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just make them feel like talk about the podcast that we just beat and say that he's using Fiverr too.
Yeah, the next guy after us. Yeah. I didn't know that.
I mean, I've heard, but I mean, I've heard the algorithm is based on likes, subscriptions, and weirdly, your cover art. I don't know what. That's what I heard, and then if you look at the top 20, say in iTunes or Apple Podcasts now, comedy, they all do kind of have like
similar
cartoonish, like Rogan's is, his caricature. I guess Burr doesn't have one. Like Joey Diaz has almost like a cartoonish version of him.
Yeah.
So it kind of, I don't know how that would affect your ranking, but apparently it does. But they're very secretive about it. So it's.
Oh, are they? Yeah, you're right though. They are, like, we don't even know when we fluctuate and stuff. We have no idea what causes it, or especially when our numbers go up, and then sometimes our numbers will go up and then we'll go down in the rankings. So like I'll notice, I'll be like, I don't know how the fuck this works. We got more listeners and then we went down the rankings.
We'll be like in the top 40 with an episode that didn't get that many downloads. A week after, we have a bunch of downloads and we're barely in the top 200.
Yeah, it's weird the way it, and I think it's that. I think it's if they're not, whatever it is, rating it and then leaving comments, it won't put you up. Even if you're listened to more, there's podcasts that are listened to a lot less, but they go higher because they get all the clicks. It's very interesting how they do it. I don't know. I think the point is maybe because just like YouTube, they like engagement. So if they see that your podcast is, people want to comment or leave, they assume that they're going to be on the app more or some shit like that. I don't know what it is.
Plus it helps new podcasts. Since like if it was just numbers, it'd be impossible to make it in the top 100 in your first 50 shows.
Yeah.
So, but by doing the likes and you can get a new podcast to be in the top 10, and then that makes the person doing it go, oh fuck, this is amazing.
I should keep doing it. Yeah.
And then they drop out.
Yeah, I mean, I think I got lucky because the cartoon I'm on, it's Tyler the Creator's.
The Jellies?
Yeah, he's incredibly popular. Like he has, I think, on Twitter 4 million followers, on Instagram about the same. And he sent out one tweet, and he didn't even include the link or the name, but he was like, "Hey, everyone, watch my dad's podcast, Barry Jelly." And so you would have had to do a little research. Okay, who's Barry Jelly? Who's Earl Skakel? But that really helped because he's got millions.
4 million people. That's crazy.
And he's like, for me, like, even though I'm 51, like I do well with younger audiences, and his whole fan base is young. Like, I guess Gen Zers, you call them.
Yeah, it's Gen Z. Yeah.
So, and so that was that. I think that's what initially got me climbing up the charts, and then people started to subscribe and all that stuff. So,
yeah, you should get Tyler the Creator to retweet about your podcast.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, I would like that would help so much, but he's so fucking busy that like we don't even know if the cartoon's coming back just because he just won a Grammy.
Okay. Because it's doing,
I mean, like for
insanely
me,
well, right? The cartoon, it's Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called The Jellies, and it's on Adult Swim, and you can stream it for free. Which for like Gen Zers and even millennials, free content they love. So it was or is popular, but for him, it's probably like 7th or 8th on his priority list. Whereas for me, it's like 1, 2, and 3.
How did you get that? Did they know you, or you had to audition? Did they offer?
No, that's the crazy thing is I don't think anyone on the Jellies had to audition. Like he just uses his friends. And
okay.
But they saw me one night during roast battle, and I was going pretty wacky with the references that night, because this was back in the first, I think, year and a half of the show, where it was a wild show. Like they had a rule at that time where if 2 white comics were battling, each one could say the N-word once. Like, so I saw Tyler the Creator, and I didn't know who he was. I just thought he was some skinny black dude, and I made a few jokes that were, if they didn't cross the line, they were right on top of it. And so after the show, I left. I went in the parking lot and I saw him talking to Gerard Carmichael. And I was like, oh, I better apologize to him if he's friends with Gerard. And I said, hey, man, I'm sorry. I hope I didn't offend you. I hope you enjoyed the show. And, Brian Moses, I totally threw Moses under the bus. I was like, he tells me to say all that shit.
Is that you said?
He's like, I can't say what he called me, but he was like, you might. And I was like, can I call you that? And he's like, no. And then the next day I got a call saying, do you want to play my dad? And I'm like, who are you? And he's like, I'm Tyler the Creator. I'm like, great, I'm Earl the comic. What's the cartoon about? And,
that's insane. You're the first white person in history to get a job because you asked a black guy if you could call him the N-word.
Yeah.
I know.
Can I call you the N-word? I'll have an offer for you tomorrow.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's
It's
the
my
secret to
dream
showbiz.
job. No.
You found the secret to showbiz right there.
So, like, and that's probably what's made me a little more like bitter against the comics in LA. Is like in the voiceover world, like you're treated nice, like please, thank you, good job. Like, can you do this? Thank you. It's the complete opposite of the comedy world.
Yeah,
how long does it take you to record an episode? Is it like you go in and you do like 4 episodes in one afternoon, or how does
it I mean, the first, we've done 2 seasons on Adult Swim, and the first season was on his phone app because he's like P. Diddy. He's got like clothing stores, phone apps, and the first season took a little longer. I think we did 3 episodes at a time, but the last season, we did the whole season in 2 days.
Oh, shit.
Because, each episode, with the exception of the finale, was like 12 minutes. So, it's really just a couple minutes of dialogue for each character. But in this last season, you were in the booth with the person you had the scene with. So, which was the first 2 seasons, you would just do it by yourself and they'd play the other person's lines. But like this season, I had to call someone the N-word because I'm the dad. And this someone was a 6'8" like NBA player who I don't think he really got the gist of the show. So he's like, hey, bro, you're saying that word a little too easily. I'm like, hey, I didn't write it.
Yeah.
He did. And
you're pointing to a Jewish guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pointing to the white sound engineer.
It's funny because he's like, you're really getting into character. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Wait, are we? Oh shit, are we rehearsing?
Fuck.
I would fuck up the word on purpose sometimes just so I could say it over and over again.
Because he plays for an NBA team you don't like. This is I'm getting you back now.
Guy, so if it was PK Subban, I wouldn't have said it. I would have used the GGA version.
if it was PK Subban plays for my Devils, and horrible this season. The whole team.
Yeah, he was. I don't know. what happened with him. Like he really went downhill the last couple of years, but he's still pretty good.
He's still pretty good. But I heard that he likes to train by himself. He doesn't do the team stuff. Like he went on some
Apparently
kind
he's a piece of garbage.
Yeah, I heard that as a person.
Everyone
He's
that
shit.
plays with him says he's a piece of shit. Yeah.
And I hope it's not true, but that's all I hear. But then again, people talk shit all the time.
Well, I think someone I know who plays on the Kings was like, he takes up a lot of oxygen in the room, you know. And I think we've all been around comics like that, where as soon as they walk in the room, you're like, fuck, how do I get out of this room? You know, but he's still good enough where someone will always give him that 1 or 2 year deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he's got to be a real piece of shit for players from other teams to know that. Because if you're just a little bit of a piece of shit, your teammates will know, but they're not going to tell the Kings.
Yeah,
it's like, well, we probably experience the same thing in comedy, where word spreads if a comic's a dick or not a nice person, or but you're right. Like, if it's reaching the LA locker room, which he has really no affiliation with, he must be a real dick.
There's a memo. The NHLPA sent out a memo to everyone. This guy's a piece of shit. Yo, is Poseidon still... Poseidon, can you hear us?
He's driving, and it appears... I hope that's a one-way street, because if not, he's just driving in the wrong direction.
He's on Saint Laurent, so it's definitely a one-way street.
Yeah, I'm on Saint Laurent.
Poseidon, what happened? Where are you going? Why are you doing this?
I tipped the Asian lady $10 because I felt bad because she was super nice and she was working hard.
And you said some racist shit. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, and I said I felt bad, so I gave her $10. She was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much," and I was like, "You're welcome."
Okay, and then what else?
That's it. I left. I've been driving around. People forgot how to drive even more. It's fucking annoying.
Wait,
like this one guy in a fucking Nissan Juke, I wanted to break.
Nissan what? Juke?
Yeah, the shit car there.
You enjoying your bubble tea? Just taking a sip of bubble tea. You're a cartoon that lives in the real world.
Basically.
It's astonishing.
You really are, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know you, but I would fucking put you in a sitcom in 2 seconds.
Exactly. God
And
damn.
don't change. You wouldn't even have to get wardrobe. The members only leather jacket. That's a fucking... No, I'm serious. That's a dope jacket, as the kids say. Like,
thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You look like you just fell off an Amber Alert billboard.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's amazing.
No, it's a good look for a sitcom. You could be the wacky neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The extremely racist, wacky neighbor.
No, that would be me.
Yeah. Yeah, Earl's yelling at you.
We're roommates.
So are you just driving around? Are you talking to people? Are you honking? What are you doing? Are you bothering people?
I parked. I was honking earlier because people kept cutting me off because they forgot how to drive even more.
Is there anyone walking on the sidewalk around you?
There's a lot of people actually on the Saint Laurent, but it's mainly crackheads.
Oh, show us a crackhead.
Okay.
Hold on. Ah, fuck my headphones.
Tell them you have mail for them. Be like, yeah, I got mail here for Mr. Head, Mr. Crackhead. Is that you, sir?
Oh, there's not. I stepped out. There's not that many people anymore.
Just grab a crackhead, one crackhead.
But couldn't you tell if there was people or not by looking out the window?
He can't turn left.
There seemed to be a lot of people earlier. Here, I'm gonna take a bit of a walk. Hold on, let's see what's going on over here. This is the situation in front of me right now.
So Earl, normally this street is jamming.
Oh yeah.
What section of Montreal is that?
That's St. Lawrence, St. Laurent Street.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saint Laurent Street, usually there's a shit ton of people.
Who's that guy right in front of you?
Open. That guy over there?
Yeah.
I don't know. Looks like a regular old dude.
Chase him.
A regular old.
Run after him. Run quickly.
I'm not gonna run.
Run.
Oh, there's people coming out of the building. What is this business? What's this? What is this?
Yeah, you're monitoring to see if it's an essential service. What is this?
Yeah.
Where did she come out of? That looks suspicious.
Jesus Christ!
Is that?
I think. Is this a? Do they sell? Is this a clothing store that's still open?
Get in there, bro. Get in there. Investigate.
And there are wooden wheels. It looks like a wagon.
Tell them you're looking for a dress.
Staff only.
Oh, tell them you want to work there. Tell them I could be staff. Tell them I'm looking for a medieval shirt.
I am looking for some bracelets.
I'm looking for a medieval shirt.
Oh, it's not here. I'm sorry, it's a warehouse.
Oh, it's a warehouse.
Yeah, it's
So
close to.
so no medieval stuff.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like swords, at least nothing.
Swords, bro.
Okay. Okay, I appreciate it.
I was looking for a guillotine.
I would sell you a sword.
Yeah.
The fuck.
The,
Now touch stuff.
the queen's been very
Yeah.
yappy lately. Looking for a sword.
You've been
But man-
touching stuff since before, though.
I'm armed and dangerous, bro.
Oh, Purell, awesome.
Oh yeah, armed and dangerous.
That's not even gonna catch what you have.
Yeah, that's not. That's not gonna.
Ah, fuck, I dropped it.
Did you drop the Purell on the floor?
Yeah.
The bottle?
No, the fucking liquid.
So it went
the-
through
come
your
on.
hand? You had your fingers open? You're a walking
like,
calamity,
yeah.
sir.
So he did this.
Yeah.
It's very hard. It's very hard to walk and to do stuff. Oh, look at this filth! Holy shit!
It's very hard to walk and do stuff.
Holy shit!
I'm telling the cops you did this.
Oh my
Bro.
god.
Is that a glove?
Okay.
Bro, rubber gloves are the new condoms.
Yeah.
Why you put all your boyfriend's dicks in there and you try to fuck someone at the same time? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Because whenever Poseidon's fucking someone, there are 5 dudes at
Yeah.
the same time.
I've been there.
I don't have enough condoms for all of you. Quick, get into this glove.
I'm gonna take a walk on Prince Arthur. See how that's happening.
Okay, there's nothing happening ever in Prince
Yeah,
Arthur.
there's nothing happening anywhere.
This guy on your left. This guy on your left.
You're just.
Can you do me a favor? You don't have to be weird. Just every person you go, tell them, "Good day." Isn't it crazy, right?
Yeah.
Just start a
Okay,
conversation.
hold on. This is good.
Ask this guy. Hey, let me ask you, bro. Are you scared of this virus?
Hey, how are
Oh, he's
you?
homeless.
Good. Aren't you afraid of the
homeless guy?
virus?
Hein?
T'as pas peur du virus? Aren't you afraid of the virus?
Ouais, mais c'est peur un peu, mais c'est ça, on m'a dit.
Yeah, you gotta stay in the house, bro.
Give him 5. What a house? He's homeless. He doesn't have a house.
homeless.
Yeah,
He
you gotta
doesn't
stay
have a
inside.
house.
He's missing the house part of that.
Why are you leaving your box, sir?
Yeah.
Go back in your box.
Give him change. You don't have change to give him.
Yeah. Give him
No.
20.
What about this other
Okay.
bum?
Give a 20,
no-
I'll
I've-
send you a 20.
I have
I
no
love how
change.
you're asking him if he's afraid of the virus when he just shit in his pants.
The virus is the least of his worries. What about this guy in the wheelchair, Poseidon? Did we lose Poseidon?
I think the guy from the homeless guy fucked him.
We don't hear from him at all. We find out in the news he was the victim of a violent homeless beating.
The guy used the hand sanitizer as lube.
Yeah, just fucked him. Oh, he just fucking froze. I wonder what happened. Why are you leaving your box, sir?
Jeez,
Yeah,
is he all
how
right? I
can-
mean, don't sit.
How can you ask someone that's homeless, why are you leaving your house? That's the shittiest thing to tell someone.
I love how he gets within like 2 inches from him too.
Yeah. Sir, why are you leaving your house? Oh man, it's like he doesn't know what homeless is. He thinks it's just they just like to leave their homes for extended periods of time. That's what he thinks homeless is.
Yeah.
Oh wow, and he completely disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh, he's off the
He's
call.
gone.
Oh, this is great.
Like
Well,
the predator.
look, it was a risk we were willing to take. I mean, we sacrificed Poseidon for the sake of the show.
So,
Listen,
Earl,
if we were,
you must be missing stand up like crazy now.
I'm like, it's the weirdest feeling. Like I'm used to going up pretty much every night. But that's why I even succumbed to doing a few Instagram live, like I wouldn't say shows, but just that's what I'm more interested about more than the crowds, if they're going to be there or not, is how even, like from Chris D'Elia to open micers, everyone's going to be rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting to, even Rogan, although he has this podcast, which is somewhat performing, like,
He's still talking.
yeah, but it's a different, there's a lot of comics I know who don't have a podcast, and it's like they've done nothing for almost a month and a half.
Yeah.
Fucking
Just
is
what you need.
weird.
That's
Yeah.
crazy too. People don't get that even not doing shows for like 10 days, you get rusty. So after a month and a half, everyone's going to be, this is going to be the best time for a new comic to start, because for the first week, he'd be like, I'm as good as Chappelle.
Yeah. I don't think Chappelle would get rusty as quick as the rest of us, though, because he's always disappearing and coming back. So he's ready for this kind of shit.
Yeah. I think Chappelle's year time in Africa prepared him for this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know some comics who probably think, hey, I did as many shows as D'Elia did this week.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of true, I guess, but not really.
Because the rest of the year, it's not true.
Yeah. See if you can say that in June.
I think you have to learn to live inside your head. I mean, we already do as comics, but I think you have to learn a bit more how to live inside your own head. And because I've been doing that a lot. Sometimes when I'm sitting down, I'm going through material. I'm like, oh, wait, no, I should say it like this. I should say it. Stuff that I would normally test on stage. I'm testing it in my head now because I don't want to get back to, first of all, I don't want to forget jokes. Because, you think, I'm going to go say it on stage, but there's no stage. So you're going to forget.
Yeah.
So I don't want that to happen. And I also don't want to forget. I don't want to forget these jokes. Poseidon tried to call us. Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's back.
Okay, well, he wasn't. Poseidon, you weren't killed.
What if it's the homeless guy driving his car?
Yeah, it'd be awesome. If
That would
the
be
guy was like, look at my new house, how amazing it is.
My phone died.
What happened, Poseidon?
My phone died.
Oh, it was just the battery?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me well?
Well, it's your voice, but yeah, we can hear you.
What the fuck is wrong?
What are you doing?
There's like an air pump going putz, putz, putz. Oh, Dirty Dogs is still open.
It's probably your liver.
So yeah, sorry about that. I cut off.
No, we're fine. There's still 3 comics here, so we didn't miss you. We were just nervous in case you got jumped by a homeless gang.
That's what it looked like, eh?
It kind of looked like, because I really wanted you to ask the guy in a wheelchair a question. Be like, hey, Wheels, what are you doing here? Get back in your house. I like how Poseidon stops, contributes nothing, just eats.
Yeah.
And deep throats the straw.
Yeah, you really go deep with that straw, bud.
Yeah.
Really? No.
If that glass had balls, you'd be licking them.
Yeah.
Oh. So, Earl, are you working on anything top secret that you want to unleash as soon as this shit's over?
Well, there's a special, and nowadays, all specials really aren't that special.
Yeah.
Everyone's got one, but it's the way it's going to be presented might be exciting, hopefully, because I don't want to just do a special of just me in a theater, not a theater, but like whatever venue, because it's just another special. So it's hard to like make them unique these days.
It's hard to make them special.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there's some really good specials that go under the radar just because they all get kind of tossed in the same bucket, and they're big for a week, and then even the ones on Netflix now are like, you saw billboards for Leslie Jones special, at least in LA, all over town, and then a week later it was someone else's special. So that's happening with Netflix specials. God knows, I kind of like what Sam Morril did, just release it on his own, produced it, made it, put it on YouTube, and I don't know how he makes money on it, but like I like that rogue type of just saying fuck the networks and I'll do it my way.
Yeah.
If you put it free on YouTube, the good thing is it's so accessible that that's your best billboard.
Yeah.
So then
it's just
you tore your new hour for people who have seen that one and they're excited to watch you. So that's the best. Plus Netflix, I think Netflix has turned down even some really good comics. So unless you're like, if you're not one of the top A-listers with those, then you're not going to get a special now with them. It doesn't look like. So we have no choice but to look at other alternatives. Yeah,
and it's also just like trying to make it at least visually something different. Like, like even with Bert Kreischer, the whole shirt off thing works because it's like no one else does that.
Yeah.
So, it's trying to just rack my, we all certainly have the time to just sit here and think, okay, what can I do? Should I have a dog on stage? Should I do it naked, amplify what's Bert doing, and like, so just trying to, be different in some capacity.
I think Poseidon's giving you a hint. Just eat. Just have a fat guy on stage eating while you tell your jokes.
But dude, seriously, like something like that, you'd be like, hey, did you see Earl's special or whoever's special? He had some fat dude behind him eating the whole time. It was great.
But never address it. You never address it. He's just dipping in, eating, enjoying the show. One seat on stage, just him eating while you're doing your set. And you never address him like he's not there.
Yeah, I've always wanted to bring a guitar on stage and have it hung around my neck and just never even address it the whole time I'm up there. Don't play one note. Just have a fucking pink Flying V Jackson guitar with an amp behind me, and I just do my jokes and then just throw the guitar in the crowd after. It's hard to be different now, and stand out. Like, even Louis C.K.'s special is kind of like, a couple of years ago, it'd be like, oh my God, but there's so many now. It's just like, oh, did you see Louis' special? I didn't even know it was out.
Yeah, you think we're getting overexposed?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of comics, especially on the specials some of my friends got on Comedy Central, like they were just kind of put up more online than on the network. Maybe put on the network once, on a Friday night, and then it's off to the streaming. And so it's like I'm trying to, for myself, going, okay, what networks don't have a lot of specials? Is there a certain network that, if I got on there, it'd be, all right, well, he's the first guy to have a special on this platform, or so it's just, that's more where my head's going.
Does True TV ever have specials?
I don't think so, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, maybe do something, maybe all crime jokes or something.
You do like a HGTV special. It's all fucking just makeovers.
Poseidon's on National Geographic.
Yeah, you go in the jungles and you do comedy to the the amphibians. Or some guy, I don't think I'm going to do it, but he was like, you should call it Earl Live on Sunset. And it's just me going up to people on the street, doing 2 or 3 jokes and then moving on to the next batch of people. I don't know if that would have been good or not, but at least people would have kind of, hey, did you see it? He wasn't in a theater or a comedy club.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm always against most of that. I'm always of the mindset, just make sure the material's good and then do it anywhere. But I also prefer, the theater shows that people. I prefer if you get a nice, good comedy club.
Yeah.
And it's a little smoky, the room. That's what I prefer visually. When I say, oh, this feels like stand up. Because since everyone's doing their special at theaters, I think it would be nice to see just a couple more intimate, because there's a different feeling when you're in a comedy club than when you're at theater.
The only thing is though, like when like Dave Chappelle does a comedy club, you're like, okay, he's doing this because he loves the art form. But when you're not that level, people go, oh, he can just do clubs.
Oh, you mean when they watch the special?
Yeah, because they see like some shitty comic. They can't sell tickets, but they're in a theater in front of 4,000 people, even though those 4,000 people don't even know who they were going to go see. But then people are watching that and going, okay, that guy or that girl is way more popular than whoever's in a club.
Yeah, which is...
Yeah, I mean, it's like I did it wasn't a comedy special, but I did the roast of this hockey player, Shane Doan, in Phoenix, and it was packed. It was at the House of Comedy, and Shane Doan's like a legendary, specifically in Arizona. He played on them for 21 years. He never left. Yeah, but the crowd was like the hottest crowd I've ever been in front of. And maybe if you tweak the special, where it's not that you're roasting the audience the whole hour, but like, it was like, wow, it was probably the best crowd I've ever been in front of. And it's just maybe have an hour where you're just roasting the audience, or if that's your style, something different where people would, I don't know, but it's hard. Like, I've racked my head. Like, how could I just be a little different?
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to do a special in front of 4,000 people. That would be cool too.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm at that fame level yet where I could get 4,000 people in a building.
Well, it's 4,000 is hard. I don't. It depends. It depends on why they're coming out. If they think it's a special, Earl, I think they'll come out for fucking Skakel.
If you tell me you have a vaccine for the coronavirus,
tell them you have a vaccine for the coronavirus. Yeah.
But like maybe the whole audience is in mask or like something just visually like, I mean, it's hard. Like I've racked my brain like the last few months.
We're saying this while he's eating. He finished his box of sticks and now he's onto the bubble tea. I feel like the universe is giving you hints here, Earl. There's the gimmick, having this guy eat while you record your special.
I mean, maybe it's in his car and we just drive around Montreal.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's what the universe is telling us right now. God damn.
I'm in the back seat.
Shut up.
Oh yeah, I've seen your driving skills.
Yeah. We know you're not a good driver.
Are you allowed to drive by grade schools or do you have to keep a safe distance?
I have to speed by them.
They repealed that. Yeah.
No, they told me if I drive by a school, I have to speed through. They'd rather I hit a kid than rape one. So.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. That could be the opening of my special right there. This is my driver.
That means, Poseidon, by what you just said, that you can't control yourself. If you're driving slow, you're going to have to just stop the car and rape a kid.
Yeah.
That would be the special. I'm in the back seat. You stop every 5 minutes and rape someone.
Yeah. Then it's just Earl. What am I gonna do with him?
What's the deal with these rapists in Montreal? They're out of control.
It's a sitcom. It's really a fucking sitcom.
There's worse on the air.
Yeah. There's some shit on the air. Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. I don't know. I don't get to watch too much Canadian TV, but like.
Well, we watch mostly American.
Right. But that's what bums me out about like I'm dying up here not being brought back, and then you'll see a show like Big Brother on its like 30th season. Like, it's like
because that shit appeals to the lowest common denominator. Like Big Brother appeals to Poseidon, for example. Like Big Brother will appeal to everyone, to the everyman, except us. Like I don't like any of that shit. I can't stand reality TV.
I love reality TV.
Oh, I can't take it.
I mean, it makes me feel better about myself. So
you like making fun of them?
Yeah.
I can't watch. It's cringy to me just because a lot of it doesn't feel natural, And then when they have those, every show has you go to a booth where you speak to the audience yourself, the camera,
the talking heads.
Yeah, and then they'll do all the chops. It's like, yeah, we should be allies, and then it cuts. Yeah, this guy's a buffoon. I'm not his ally. Like it's been done. It's just I hate it.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it's funny at the Comedy Store. A lot of those reality stars go there for, I don't know, to see comedy, and you meet them, and then you're like, oh, they're not that bad. Like they're actually fairly nice people.
You think they edit it in a way where everyone's a stupid cunt on those shows?
Oh yeah, they first of all they fill them full of booze, and then they. I was on a show at the Improv where they were filming an episode of Vanderpump Rules, which is, I don't know if that's in Canada, but it's a show about a restaurant where everyone fucks everyone and there's all the drama. And they asked me to do comedy on the show so they could be in a comedy club environment. And in between takes, they would set certain scenes up. Okay, let's seat this person who doesn't like this person. Let's seat them together. So it's very manufactured.
Yeah. As is everything. That's what Hollywood is.
Yeah. So, but I need mindless entertainment. I don't know about you guys, but like when I watch TV, I don't want to see the fucking coronavirus death toll updates.
Yeah, Jesus.
I don't want to see Trump.
I've always been a documentary guy, and since the coronavirus, I only want to watch 90s comedy movies. Like I put in my queue every Richard Pryor or Rodney Dangerfield movie I could find on Netflix. Like I want to watch Easy Money. I want to watch Brewster's Millions. I want to watch stuff that'll make me forget what fucking time we're living in.
Yeah, I mean, you can't watch TV these days, and,
Yeah.
and like you turn on the news, it's just constant, conspiracies, and Trump is this, and then you get the Fox News, Trump is great, and it's like I just want to laugh for
Yeah,
2
just
hours.
forget about it for a moment.
Yeah, 'cause you get depressed, even if you're not depressed. If you like, that's why I watch those stupid reality shows, or like I doing one step further than you, Mike. I go to the '80s movies, which
Okay.
like I just watched last night with my fiance a movie called My Bodyguard, which is just typical '80s angst movie, and just made me forget the world's problems for 2 hours.
My Bodyguard, was that it was the kid in high school that he had a guy that was that would follow him
Yeah.
around everywhere? Oh yeah, I fucking
Yeah.
love that.
Oh, is
movie.
that good?
Yeah, it was really good.
I
Was
got
that
something to
on
watch.
Netflix or Prime?
I think it was on Amazon Prime, but the lead
Okay.
actor in it is a Canadian actor. His name is Chris Makepeace. And,
Okay.
if you've ever seen the movie Meatballs, like he was the young kid in that.
Okay, yeah.
And so it's just a stupid movie. And there's a sidekick in the movie that had this. This is what bums me out about the business. It was this kid's only movie, but he stole the movie. He was just like the best friend, and he probably had like 10 lines in the whole movie, but he had some of the best timing on these lines. And I looked him up on. I was like, well, this guy would be a great guy for my podcast. And he sells real estate in Chicago. Never acted after My Bodyguard.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah. So it's just crazy that someone's that talented could just be forgotten by the business.
That probably means that, like, since he was a kid, maybe someone tried to fuck him, and then his family was like, "Fuck it, we're leaving LA."
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I got the casting couch attempted on me a few times. So
Did
Dudes
Poseidon
or-
pretend he was a
dudes or old
producer?
Ladies.
well, if it was old ladies, I wouldn't be complaining.
Okay.
But this guy was like he was like the head of casting at Fox. So like he was a big, like, when he told me what he told me, I was like, all right, well, this guy's, like one of the casting directors on the X-Files. Like he's legit. But then, I figured out pretty soon he wasn't legit in terms
that-
of like,
Is that weird? Like when that happens to you, that then every time you watch a show on Fox, you're like, "Oh, that guy sucked a dick to get that job."
Yeah.
Everyone
Well,
you're
yeah.
looking at.
Well, I mean, like he got me. It was just, at the time it didn't really bother me. I just thought, oh, this is how the business is. But then, when all the Harvey Weinstein stuff started coming out, I'm like, God, that was kind of fucked up. Like, because he got me into his office on the Fox lot, and his office was amazing. Like it had a shower in it. It had like leather, like futons and beds in it. It was really like frightening now that I look back at it.
Yeah.
And so he got me in there by saying, I want to introduce you to Brittany Murphy, who I had the biggest crush on. And I was like, yeah. And then he takes off his pants in the office. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? He's like, oh, I ran a marathon this weekend and my testicles are bruised. Can you look? And it's like, come on, dude. Where's
What?
Brittany Murphy?
What?
This is Brittany. This is Murphy. Now suck him.
But then he introduces me to Brittany Murphy. Like, so he like,
Oh, so he did know Brittany Murphy.
he brings me into the table read. It was the first table read for King of the Hill. So, it's in this gigantic boardroom, and Mike Judge is there, and that's fucking Beavis and Butthead. So I'm like, oh my God, that's Beavis and Butthead. And then Brittany Murphy and all the other actors. And he's in his fucking pajamas. So I'm sure when we walked into this room, I looked like his lover. And then he tried one more time to like do something. I'm like, yeah, it ain't happening, bro.
Holy shit, the balls on this guy though.
Yeah.
But
The
I mean, he
bruised
was
balls,
legit,
It was
Yeah, he
legit
did have
hard.
bruised balls. They were bruised. But
God damn.
that just goes to show you, like, you're probably right. That kid from My Bodyguard was like,
Somebody tried to fuck him.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. I mean, I see it in comedy, like, but in comedy, it's more headliners bringing a Instagram model on the road. Hey, I loved your set. Oh,
Oh, that's actually smart. And you're never bored.
well, some fall for it.
Yeah.
Some,
Like that's what's sad about comedy though, is people that suck dicks for jobs suck dicks to middle.
Yeah.
I know.
It's not, you're not sucking a dick to get a $20 million Netflix special. You're sucking a dick to open for someone in fucking Cincinnati
At the fucking Chuckle Hut.
at the Funny Bone. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see you in Jacksonville at the Comedy Zone.
Oh, is there a place called Comedy Zone in Jacksonville?
Yeah, I went there once with Rob Schneider. I mean, it was cool going on the road with him just because I was treated nice because they wanted to, be in with him. Oh, you should headline the next time. And then, as soon as Rob's out of the room, they wouldn't talk to you. But
Okay.
I like those kind of people. Pieces of shit.
but,
Pieces of shit. So, Mike, I don't want to forget before we go, Mike Ward's website, as you all know, is mikeward.ca. Head over there to get Mike Ward's French language podcast, Mike Ward's Was It Good? It's the #1 French language comedy podcast on the planet now. He still has not been kicked off the charts, so take a look at that. Earl Skakel, Inappropriate Earl, okay? You're going to go on iTunes, you can go Google Podcast, wherever you get your podcast, Earl Skakel, even SoundCloud. Inappropriate Earl is the podcast. Inappropriate Earl. Me and Mike have been on there before. It's a fucking great podcast. It's one of the podcasts that's on my podcasting app. So that, I believe, is always a credit to someone's podcast if I'm willing to always listen to it. You're going to find Poseidon at a street corner near you soliciting sex from a homeless man, or the Poseidon69 on the Twitter and Instagram. And Earl also is Earl Skakel, Instagram and Twitter. Anything I forgot to mention, guys?
I just want to say thank you to both, or all three of you, wherever Poseidon is. I love you guys, man. So
dude.
Thanks, Earl.
We're happy to have you on. Next time we're in LA, we're going to hit you up. And whenever you're down here, we're going to have you in the studio for a real fucking show.
I mean, if everyone in LA comedy were like you guys, I wouldn't be so fucking angry.
I think the feeling is mutual. Yeah. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. And check out Inappropriate Earl. Thanks, guys.